Welcome back, everybody, to another Pittsburgh Pirates franchise video where we have taken our first victory in the World Series, but I also have some other exciting news. My Colin Holderman jersey is here, you guys. That's my ugly mug. Full beard Pittsburgh Pirates jersey for number 35, and on the back, Colin Holderman. The source that I used to buy this said that no one has ever ordered this jersey. So, lots of fun. As promised, got it because he got reliever of the year. Let's continue and move on. It's Jarrett Jones versus Dean Kremer. Game 4 of the World Series is already here. It feels like it's going faster than ever, and the Orioles and the Pirates are set up, ready for this ultra-important game. We lost the first two in Baltimore, and that was very tough morally and to try to keep momentum or gain any momentum, and we couldn't do it. But we took the victory in Game 3, and it was a close one, but we were able to do it and spoil the Orioles' run. Now, at PNC Park, once again, can we get a victory in Game 4? We're going to do our best to see that trophy and bring it home to Pittsburgh, but for now, that's the closest that we'll see. Jarrett Jones is going to take the mound for us today, and after 3 games in the postseason, he's got a great ERA. I do worry about that injury popping up at any point. Whenever that happens, they could be more prone to it happening again, so we'll have to keep an eye on Jones and see how he performs today, and we'll start against Jordan Westburg at the plate. We do miss slightly inside there. It's going to be something that I'm trying to be cognizant of throughout the rest of these games, however many there are, is how on my guys feel. How close can they get to where I'm targeting? So far, we're 2-0 with Jones. We aim up and in, and that does not really go up. Luckily, Westburg swings and misses, though, as it blows by him. So it's 2-1 now, and Westburg's averaging 277. That one's inside, and he will get that foul. So Jones will even up the count 2-2. The confidence is already about 75% for Jones. That was a pretty well-placed 12 curve. I like that. It went pretty much right where I wanted it to, that bottom left corner. Let's try another one going outside. And that does not really go outside. That hangs more towards the inner portion of the zone. Yeah, not even quite center, right on the line. Let's try high and away. And that one is popped up behind the plate. Barred over by the on-deck circle, yep, nearly on top of it with that catch, and there we go. First out of Game 4. It's in the books, and Jung-Hoo Lee is now up to the plate, and he swings at that one outside the zone for Schumann, who will play it, and that is out number 2. Westburg put together a pretty good at-bat, though. This is pitch number 10, starting off to Gunnar Henderson. And with 2 outs, Gunnar to Montgomery. His counterpart will spear it, and that's a pretty good inning for Jones. Let's see how Baltimore and Dean Kremer do with their first pitches so far in this game. Dean Kremer has had a very challenging postseason, only played in 1 game. He went 4 1/3, and he's got a 10.38 ERA. So very, very challenging for him. But here in the bottom of the first, we'll get our first look. Dean Kremer throws 5 different pitches, and most of them are pretty good. Cutter misses, and that's close, but it's a good take from Luis Arraez, who I do have leading off in the order today. That does get stopped, but it's foul anyways, and that'll be the first strike against Arraez. I feel like the success of Game 3 gives me a little more hope. You know, obviously a win is better than a loss. I mean, that goes without saying, but what I mean is I felt like we played pretty well. You know, just the impression of the vibe of how it felt. I do feel like we got a lot of success. O'Neal Cruz, I felt, obviously was hugely instrumental in getting that win. And it's 1-2 against him today. Let's see if we can keep that magic going. Dean Kremer, no, he will get him on the splitter as that's under the zone. We were off timing there. And Cruz goes down in his first at-bat. What about Brian Reynolds? Can he sustain? And that's lifted to center field. Good timing. It's only 89 off the bat, though, so it will run out of steam in center field. And that is the first inning complete for both teams. Top of the second now, 0-1, and Cowser lifts that to left field for Reynolds, who will get there, and a quick result for Jarrett Jones. He's moved through the first 4 pretty quickly, and Kobe Mayo, his average up to 204. Wow, we don't get the call there. Okay. Dave Lawrence behind the plate. Now I know who to blame. Thank you. It's 2-0, and Mayo lifts that to right field for Sawinski. Opposite side of the field outs, but that's 2 of them pretty quick. And Tyler O'Neill now averaging 327. And that goes to Horwitz, who will leg that out, and we've got him. Another really, really good, efficient inning for Jones. So far, nothing really concerning. Both teams still searching for their first hit, and Jack Sawinski will step to the plate. We've only had 9 pitches from Kramer now, but Sawinski in the 4th spot will get the at-bat to begin the second. And wow, that one hung really well. Sawinski knew exactly what to do with it. A 12 curve that goes deep to right center field, 409 feet, bouncing out into the Allegheny. And Sawinski with his 5th home run of the postseason. This one coming quick in Game 4 of the World Series. A wonderful time to show that power and flex those muscles. And 110 miles an hour off the bat will give us the lead to begin this game. It comes early, and now we've got a little bit of momentum behind us. That is just a beautiful arc down deep into right center field, and Sawinski has done it again. 110 off the bat, a 33-degree launch angle, 7 seconds of hang time. That was an absolute blast. A cannon here at PNC Park, and the fireworks go off. Seeing how Dean Kramer recovers here is going to be important, and it's a full count to Joey Bart. And Bart hits that well. It goes to right center field, and no, it is brought down. They get there. Cows are able to get there quick enough, and he fields it for the first out. And Colson Montgomery now 0-1, and he launches that one to center field. Lots of really good contact by the boys so far. Even if they're out, it makes me feel really good about getting the timing down, and it makes me feel really reassured that they are getting good swings and barreling up that ball. All right, Jared Triolo flies out for Adley behind the plate, but Sawinski has given us the lead, and we'll see how Jared Jones will now work there with a little bit of the pressure off. We do not get the call 0-2 on Mountcastle, so it goes 1-2. The confidence has come up a little bit on Jones, so I'm happy to see that. And he tips it, but the slider falls into the glove of Joey Bart, and that is the first strikeout for Jones. Rutschman to the plate, just under 300 for his average now, 0-1. And that caught far too much, but he lifts it to center field, and Cruz will snag it just on the border of the warning track. 2 down now, and that miss was concerning. I just don't want to see any more of those. And Jorge Mateo now to left field. Reynolds going back, and he's got it. All right, I thought for a second that could be trouble. Bottom of the 3rd now for Spencer Horwitz, who has not been able to maintain an above 200 average. He's been struggling pretty mightily now. It's 1-1. He lifts that to center right field, and that's a casual out number 1. So not much trouble for Dean other than that solo home run shot. It's 0-1 against Max Schumann now, who I've got hitting 9. And good timing on there, good contact as well, and that's lifted deep into center field one more time. Lots of really long and high pop-outs. So like I said, getting lots of good contact here. Luis Arraez then will grab that from the outer edge, but the 4-seamer can only be brought down in the glove. So another just high contact inning. We're moving quick, actually, a lot faster than I thought we would. And Jones is able to get that. Westberg grounds it right up to him. And the pitcher assisting will get another out. 0-2 now against Jung-Hoo Lee. Baltimore still waiting to try to mount the comeback, and we don't get the call. Crosses that inside corner, but no call strike. 1-2. That one catches too much. Sawinski has a decent reaction, and he's there in plenty of time. 2 down now in the top of the 4th.
2 balls, no strikes.
We've not really had the strikeout working for Jones. It's just been a lot of contact, relying on that defense. And he misses for ball 3 now to Gunnar Henderson. 2 outs for him. You got to keep this man from being productive, and Jones will snag it again. Gunnar Henderson getting another ground ball to the pitcher's mound, and Jones will assist. And to help his own cause, he'll get 2 outs there. Lineup is turned over, so we've got O'Neill Cruz, who will once again lift the ball deep to center field. And that's another out, though. More than one of these has got to fall through eventually. It's almost every out is way out into outfield. And very, very fortunate to hang back on that one. The sinker comes in quick under the zone. It evens up to 2-2. But anyways, if we keep hitting the ball like this, some of these are going to work. And that one will work, no doubt about it. Brian Reynolds to right field. Almost cracks the 400 feet mark. It's 108 off of the bat, and that is 2 solo shots to give us a comfortable lead. As we enter the middle innings, there's not been much happening against either pitcher as far as actual productive hits, with the exception of our 2 solo shots. Perfectly timed there, as I say, one of these is going to come through. One of them is going to work. We cannot just continue to get deep line drive or flyouts. It's got to work, and there it is again. Sawinski returns to the plate now, 1-0. And a dribbler, and it is stopped by Gunnar Henderson. A fantastic defensive play to keep Sawinski off of the bag and prevent a hit. It's now 2-2 against Joey Bart. Kramer delivering pitch number 42, and that's a swing and a miss. He'll sit down, Joey Bart. And that'll end the 4th inning. But oh man, Brian Reynolds, for our second hit of the game, it is a second solo shot. Off to a good start. I would like to see more hits fall down, but unfortunately right now we're not getting those results. We did get 2 awesome solo shots, so luck to see that. So 2 hits equals 2 earned runs when you do that math. And Kowser's back to the plate now. It's 2-2 against him, and Jones gets him to swing and miss inside. Really challenged him there. Second strikeout of the game. Let's try to get a few more of those, please. Kobe Mayo at the plate. It's 0-2 against him, and we could definitely get one here. He loves to chase outside. And he'll do it again. The slider trailing away. We'll sit down Mayo.
0-1, no strike.
1-0 against O'Neill. Always have to be careful. Misses badly, but Triolo is placed perfectly. And that will end inning number 5. Well, for the Orioles at least. Now in the bottom of the 5th, it's our turn, and Montgomery gets a piece of that one to foul it away, and the count runs full 3-2. Kramer through 4 innings now, and a little bit of work here. Has only had to pitch. This is number 48. And he barely misses. Good discipline by Montgomery. I love walking because I feel like I've really got to earn it, especially because I play in Hall of Fame difficulty. It's very difficult. Like that splitter right there. Man, that's a really hard take, but it's 3-1 now. So that's what I mean, is if I can hold back, and yep, that's a cutter under the zone, and Triolo will get on base now. Really, really happy with that. It pushes the pitch count, one of my favorite things to do. Makes them work, gets them fatigued. Makes the likelihood of us cracking in the bullpen a lot higher. Energy's pretty low, yeah. So we're doing good work against Kramer despite lack of results so far. We've got 2 solo shots, but we've got a chance to do more damage with Spencer. We will watch that splitter. No swinging on the first pitch. Feel like we could have probably done something with that, but I'm okay with letting one come through. It's all situational. 0-1. Misses inside, 4-seam fastball, and the Orioles are now warming up Keegan Aiken and Ryan Stanek. Ryan Stanek. Okay, so they see the danger looming. It's 1-1, 2 men on, nobody out. And that's another hanging curveball. Spencer Horwitz lifts it to left field. It continues to go the jump, and it is out of here! Spencer Horwitz with a 3-run blast! Let's go! His 4th home run of the postseason, and that one just barely made it. It actually looked like O'Neill in left field was going to snag that one straight out of the air and rob it. But he didn't. It goes out. Can we get, the replay here? Okay, watch the arc. It's going back. It's going deep. It continues to go left, and I don't know. Baltimore's going to make a change. They'll trot to the mound and bring in a new pitcher. They've seen enough of Dean Kramer. And they will be bringing in Chase McDermott. Why? He was not one of the 2 relievers. They were just warming up. That was Aiken and Stanek, but all of a sudden, here's Chase McDermott, not warm. Weird. I want to take a look at the replay and see how close that actually was. O'Neal leaping right before the wall, and oh, it looks like it hits just the bare edge of his glove. But that's a 3-run blast. And we are now up 5-0 in the 5th inning. A huge, huge lead. And Schumann lifts that to left field. That's a line drive out, though. Wow. 5-0 is a fantastic place to be. And it's 3-1 against Arise. That one dead center of the zone just early on the timing to right field, and they've got it. 2 down now for the Orioles. O'Neal Cruz comes back. He's 0 for 2, still looking for his first hit of the ball game. Gets one to hit there, but he's early on the timing, and that's an out at first. And, oh, man, the Stand Up to Cancer display where the entire audience, the whole crowd, the players, they all proudly display a heartfelt moment together. First time I saw this, I will say it unashamedly, I absolutely teared up a little bit. Cancer is a very real problem for so many people in this world, and almost everybody knows somebody that's been affected by it. Very cool thing for them to do. Love that they don't show that as a sponsorship. They just do it to do it right there, and that's really nice. Mountcastle will begin the top of the 6th with a flyout to right field near the foul line, but we've got him. And it's 1-2 against Rutschman now, as Jones is pitching with an extreme opportunity. He can relax just a little bit. He has not been relaxing, though, as we are getting very deep into this game. And it's still 5-0. He's been really putting it to him. I was a little concerned at the start. Triolo will get that grounder, and yep, got to be good to get Mateo. And we got him. 6 innings down for Jones. Bottom of the 6th now with a full count to Brian Reynolds, and that is chopped weakly into center field, and that's out number 1. Wonder how far Chase McDermott is going to go in this game. Sawinski's back up to the plate, and it's 2-2 against him. And off on the timing, the changeup fools us, and that's a strikeout and out number 2 for McDermott. He's had to pitch 25 so far to get up 0-2 on Joey Bart. And that's a called strike 3. It looked like it was going to be just barely high, but no, that's a call. Bart's really mad about it, but yeah, I'll take that. All right, 6 perfect innings now. I've avoided trying to mention it, but we're in the 7th inning, and it's time to start talking about it. The Baltimore Orioles have not been able to secure a hit against Jared Jones through 6 innings. Make it 6 1/3 as Jordan Westberg will strike out. The circle changed high and away to change up the expectation there. And it's 1-1 now. We're not that far away. A perfectly placed circle change. And Jones, can I have an autograph? Yeah. After 6 1/3 perfect innings, yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of people that want an autograph from that man. His energy is starting to get pretty low, but he's not in the yellow yet. It's 1-2. And that's a perfect 12 curve. It just plummets right down, but it's at the top of the zone. So, wow, it looked like it was going to be high or outside. He watches it, and that's a beautiful strikeout. 0-1 against Gunnar Henderson now. As we're getting to the heart of the order. Swing and a miss. And we're 1 strike away from 7 perfect innings. The energy's still green. Try that circle change going away. 0-2. Jones and Gunnar can foul it off. Will remain 0-2, and we'll get another shot. Circle change didn't quite get where I wanted it. Let's try the 12 curve. And that travels below the zone. Henderson fouling it to stay alive. I'm trying to remain competitive. I don't want to throw junk, but I want to get it to where he does try to go after it, and it's just awkward contact. It's still 0-2 as Gunnar is making a battle of it. Let's try to going a little further outside. Nope, we miss on that one, but it's fouled again. Luckily, got away with it. That was supposed to go a few inches outside the zone, and it ended up nearly dead center. Let's try going really low and in. Oh, we miss it, and Gunnar Henderson will get that in the left field. Reynolds will grab it, but that is a 2-out double to spoil the perfect game. And it's incredible that the game yesterday and this one both had a serious idea of a perfect game happening. Jones going deeper today, but wow, really, really incredible stuff from the pitching staff as we've tried to tighten up how we're playing, and that's exactly what we needed to do as we dropped the first 2 games. Our pitchers are seeing that, and they're like, no, we got to do better than that. I'm going to give us a chance. So far, Jared Jones has given us the best chance. And Cowser will foul that off into left field. All right, 2 down. Gunnar on second, 2-1 against Cowser. The delivery. We do not get the call again. This umpire's strike zone seems to be shrinking. Jones is now in the yellow, so he's going to be a little bit less sharp. And that is a walk of Colton Cowser. That one's a little tough. The fatigue is worrying me. 2 men on now. I know it's only 1 hit and 1 walk. Kobe Mayo steps to the plate. And I just want to talk to him just for a minute. His confidence is still very high, but I think that if we give them a chance to come back, they could do it. Kobe Mayo has some power. I'm not scared of him, but I am cognizant of that. So I am going to make that change, and we'll bring in Hunter Harvey. He's had 6 perfect innings so far. Nobody has scored on him. He's been dominant. He's available. He's fully rested. And I think with so little of this game left, this is a very high leverage position. If it was earlier in the game, I'd probably leave Jones. But with his energy turning to yellow, I just don't want to take any more chances than we need to when we're down 2-1. So situationally, in a normal game, things would be different right now. But right now, it's Hunter Harvey, 0-2. Kobe Mayo does not do his signature reach outside the zone. And it's 1-2. And that's a pretty good slider, and Triolo was able to get there. All right. So we do not have a perfect game anymore, but we do preserve a shutout through the top of the 7th. Now here in the bottom, we seek to add a little bit more. Colson Montgomery with a grounder. It's bobbled and picked up, but very close to the bag, allowing Baltimore to get there. And that's out number 1. Chase McDermott staying in the game now, as they don't want to burn any more relievers than we force them to. And Triolo will weakly ground that over to Mateo at second base, and Baltimore has their second out. Spencer Horowitz now comes to the plate, 1 for 2 today so far. That average just barely over 200. And he gets that into left field. It's going back, but it is brought down. McDermott's through another good inning. Top of the 8th now, and it's 0-2 against O'Neill. I am leaving in Hunter Harvey, as I also would like to not use any more bodies than I need to. We get a good strikeout of O'Neill, and now Mountcastle's up with a count full. And a perfectly placed slider will set him down, watching strike 3. Harvey has been as good as advertised, as I expect him to be. And Rutschman lifts that high near the home field dugout. And right in front of the Pirates will grab it. That's awesome. The Orioles will finally now, innings later after starting to warm up, they bring in Ryan Stanek. He's played in 8 games, 7 1/3 pitch, but a gigantic ERA. And that might be the white flag moment for them here in the bottom of the 8th. The last pitcher that we need to face, unless a comeback happens. And Schumann in foul territory, it's going to get caught. That'll be the first out. I'd like to try to tire out Stanek if we can as well. I know he hasn't been good, but the name of the game is to eliminate options for them in the bullpen. Luis Arraez flies out to center field, and we're not going to get that deep into this pitcher, I don't think. 7 pitches, and it's 1-1 against O'Neill Cruz. Still no hit today, and he will get good timing, but only okay contact, and that's a deep flyout. And O'Neill Cruz is going to go hitless. That ends the 8th. Now it's time to bring in, no it's not, just kidding. Hunter Harvey stays in to close this game down. If I don't have to burn more energy, that's what I just said. Right now I'd rather use one guy. And from 3-0, we go 3-1 as we get the call fastball, the bottom of the zone, against Jorge Mateo. Misses a bad one there in the center of the zone. Luckily, Mateo is not a very good hitter. It's 3-2. Let's try going outside, and we've got him! The slider will sit him down, and we're 2 outs away from finishing this game. Would really love for Hunter Harvey to do this. To only use 2 pitchers and to hold the Orioles to such a low level of productivity is a really, really major win. And Bart grabs that in foul territory. We're down to our last strike. Here we go. Not strike. Well, yeah, it is officially. It's 0-2. But down to the last out was what I meant. And Montgomery's not going to be able to get there. Jung-Hoo Lee will get a 2-out single to stay alive and give Baltimore one more chance. And it will be Gunnar Henderson. Averaging .222, 1 for 3 today. He spoiled the no-hitter earlier. Will he spoil the shutout? 5-0. And a swing and a miss on the splitter. That was a good spot for it. All right, Hunter Harvey now fatiguing. He's in the yellow. Another miss by Gunnar Henderson. Final strike of the game. Come on, Hunter, you can do this. The fans are on their feet, hungry for a victory in game number 2. Harvey targeting low and away. And did he go around? Yes, he did! The Pirates will win and tie up the World Series. It's now 2 games apiece as we had a masterful pitching performance on the mound. That guy, a big reason for the win. Jared Jones nearly pitching through 7 perfect hitless and scoreless innings. Incredible job. And then Hunter Harvey coming in for a few innings of relief to close this thing down. The Orioles only getting 2 hits. We only had 3 ourselves. But that was 3 home runs. And that will bring us to this moment. Game 4 complete. The series tied up. And Game 5 is set with Cade Povich on the mound for Baltimore and Zach Littell on the mound for the Pirates. This should be the most important game of this World Series so far. Can't wait to play it. I'll see you guys very soon. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you enjoyed the jersey.